Namaskar to you all. This is Smita Mandal, your chemistry teacher. We have started the chapter periodic table and we have done the introduction of periodic table. We have learned the properties of few groups, group 1, group 7 and group 8. Group 1 alkali metal group, group 7 halogen and group 8 inert gas group or noble gas group. We have learned few group properties of these groups and their main characteristic properties. We have learned the periodic trends of the different group. Today we will discuss the remaining group properties of these groups. We have learned the group 1, the alkali metal, and we have learned few properties of alkali metal. The electronic configuration of alkali metal, we have done the electronic configuration of alkali metal is they have one electron in the last outermost valence shell. Their valency is 1, oxidation number is +1. We have learned this. We know the alkali metal are soft metal. They all are solid exception cesium. Cesium is a liquid at room temperature. It will melt at room temperature because the melting point of cesium is very low. They are soft metal and relatively they have low melting point and low density. We know that they are highly reactive. We have discussed already. That's why they store in the oil to prevent them reacting with the oxygen and water vapor. We have discussed that when they react with the oxygen or water vapor, they catch fire. The reaction is highly exothermic. That's why it creates a flame. And we know that the alkali metals are very soft. That's why they can cut with the knife also. And when the metal of alkali group cut with the knife, they have a grey, light, silvery, shiny surface. Metals are lustrous in nature and this property shows that they are lustrous in nature. We know that the reactivity increases down the group for alkali metal. All group 1 metal react with the water to form hydrogen gas and alkaline solution. When the alkali metals react with the water or they drop into the water, they catch fire and reaction occurs and they form a base. And base is called alkali, so the solution become alkaline. And with the base, the byproduct hydrogen gas also release. And the base is metal hydroxide. For example, Na form NaOH, Ca form CaOH, etc. Fr, the last member of this group, francium, is radioactive. We know that melting point down the group decreases, density down the group increases. Now come to the group 7, the halogen group. We know that halogen are most reactive metal and the reactivity decreases down the group. State of element change from gases to liquid at the atomic number increases, means down the group the states of matter change from gases to solid. Chlorine is a gas, bromine is a liquid, and the astatine is a solid. Iodine and astatine are solid. We have already discussed. At is radioactive. We know that astatine is radioactive. That's why we will not discuss any property of astatine because they emit radiation and convert into another element. Now come to the chemical property of halogen. We know that they are highly reactive. That's why they can combine strongly with the metals and non-metals also. They will react not only with the metal, they will react with the non-metals also. Metals and non-metal both. Now we take few reactions of halogen. Here we have taken chlorine and aluminium. Aluminium is a metal. When aluminum react with the chlorine gas, it will form AlCl3, a compound. Now the second example is hydrogen H2 react with the Cl2. Now hydrogen is a non-metal and H2 react with Cl2 gives 2HCl. HCl is hydrochloric acid, we know that. Chlorine can react with the metal, non-metal and compound water also. When chlorine react with the water, it will form HCl and HClO. HCl is hydrochloric acid and HClO is the hypochloric acid. And this solution is known as chlorine water. When chlorine gas dissolve in water, the solution become acidic, and this acidic solution, this mixture is called chlorine water. Now come to the second reaction, displacement reaction. In the displacement reaction, what will happen? One species displace the another species from any compound. KBr is a compound and Cl2 is an attacking reagent. When Cl2 attack on KBr, it displaces Br. Br is less reactive than chlorine, we know that. So chlorine is more reactive than Br. So more reactive chlorine displaces less reactive Br from KBr and form KCl plus Br2. Now this displacement reaction has a color quality, means you can identify that the reaction has been occurred. Cl2 is a pale green colored gas or lightest green. You cannot identify the Cl2. You can see it colorless. But KBr is also a colorless compound. When Cl2 react with the KBr, a colorless compound, it will form KCl. KCl is a colorless compound, but Br2 release and Br2 has orange color. Br2 has orange color. So a colorless solution turns orange. So you can identify that the displacement reaction is done, completed. Now the second reaction, we know that Cl2 is more reactive than iodine. So Cl2 displace more reactive, displace less reactive. Cl2 displace I and form form KCl. And again I2 gas released. I2 has yellow brown color. Again a colorless solution turns into yellow brown color. Okay, so you can identify the reaction has been done. We have discussed few properties of halogen already in the previous class, that they are poisonous, they have similar strong smell, the smell is pungent smell, they all are non-metal, they are form diatomic molecule. We have just learned Cl2, Br2, I2. So the molecule of chlorine has 2 atoms, the molecule of bromine has 2 atoms. So the molecules are diatomic. Di means 2. Okay, they all have a valency. Valency is combining power, we know that. And they all have same valency, that is 1. Okay, and they form compound with the similar formula. For example, we have learned that they form HCl when they react with the hydrogen. HCl, HBr, Hi are the compounds. Their compounds with hydrogen are usually strong acid. HCl, Hi are the compounds with hydrogen, so they are acid, you know. HBr, HCl, Hi, etc. They have produced a series of compounds with other elements. Chloride, bromide and iodide we have discussed together. These are known as halides. The halogen themselves can react directly with metal to form metal halide, we have just discussed. And the compounds formed, product form, is known as salt. For example, NaCl. They all form negative ions carrying a single charge. Cl negative, Br negative, I negative. We have discussed this already in the previous. We have discussed the displacement reaction of halogen. So here is a figure 3.9. You can see the bromine is displaced by chlorine from KBr, and I have already discussed that the colorless solution turns yellow color. It means bromine is displaced. So in after the reaction you can see the change in color. The color looks like this test tube. Now come to the group 8, noble gas group or inert gas group. We have discussed the electronic arrangement in the noble gas is fully filled. That's why they are very stable. This means they do not react with radially with other atoms. In many situations where atom of other element bond or react chemically, they are trying to achieve that stable arrangement of the electron. We have discussed that the other element, they gain the inert gas configuration. They gain the inert gas configuration after losing or gaining of electron. The noble gas dependent on the properties of noble gas depend on the unreactivity. Helium is used in airship and balloon because it is both light and unreactive. In the exam, the use of inert gas has been asked, and the use we can write helium is filled in the balloon. Helium is lighter than air, so balloon will float. It moves upward. Argon is used to fill light bulb. Argon, they are unreactive, that's why they used to fill in the light bulb, the second use. Because the reason is also written here. Argon is used to fill light bulb because it will not react with the filament even at high temperature. The best known use of noble gas is it is used in neon light. You have heard this word, you have seen the neon light, the brightly colored advertising light work where an electric discharge takes place in a tube contain a little of noble gas. Different gas give different color. The atoms of noble gas do not combine with each other to form molecule. We know that. That's why they exist in the monoatomic form or any other form of structure. Their melting point and boiling point are extremely low, and helium has the lowest. They are inert in nature, so they have weak force of attraction between the molecule. That's why they exist in the form of gas only, and the melting and boiling point of gas are extremely low. Or we can say that the melting point and boiling point of inert gases are extremely low. That's why they exist in the form of gas. Okay, in this figure you can see we have taken argon, a small piece of rapidly melting argon ice. The melting point is minus 189 degree centigrade. It is not 189 degree centigrade, it is minus 189 degree centigrade. Okay. You have seen the neon lights. So here is the neon light. Neon light give color to other city center by this use in advertising display. It gives a shiny color. The different color are caused by different gases. We have discussed the transition metal and their properties. They are hard and strong, they have high density, they have high melting point, boiling point. Many of their compounds are colored. They have more than one valency. We have discussed this already. Now we'll discuss few more property of the of the transition elements. Transition elements, their property make them among the most useful metallic element. All the character of metal shown by this group. They are much less reactive than the metal in the group 1 and group 2. They are harder. Many have excellent corrosion resistance. For example, chromium, gold, etc. Gold, platinum. That's why the gold, platinum are used to make jewelries. The very high melting point of tungsten. And we know that tungsten is used to make filament of light bulb. When the light glows, the temperature of that bulb become very high. So the tungsten has high melting point. That's why the tungsten is used to make a filament of light bulb. Many familiar objects are made from transition metals. You are using so many things in your routine life, like steel nails, chrome bottles, stopper, copper, pipe joint, iron, magnet, copper, nickel coins, etc. You have using so many things, so many metallic things in your life. Most of them are made up by transition metals. Most of them are made up by transition metals. I'm showing few pictures to you. Okay. These general properties means they are transition metal, and transition metal are very useful in a number of different ways. In addition, there are particular properties that makes these metal distinctive and useful for more specific purpose. One important feature of transition metals we have already discussed. They are colored compounds of transition metals are colored. We have already discussed this. The compounds of transition metals are colored. You know the color of copper sulfate is blue. The color of ferrous sulfate is green. As you can see in this picture, there are some china glasses are kept which have different colored compound: blue, violet, green, brown, dark green, blackish substance. So from these substance we have made the solution. You can see the colors of solution. These compounds are few example of transition metal compound. The compounds of transition metals, and the solutions are the solution of compounds of transition metals. So these are the example. You can see figure 3.13. Few things are kept in this green paper, and these things you are known with these things: coins, some nails, some iron tubes, some copper tubes. Okay, so these items you are using in your routine life, and these are made up by transition metal. These are made up by transition metals. Now come to the position of hydrogen in the periodic table. You have seen this. The hydrogen is kept between the periodic table or separately in the periodic table at the top. And as you can see, the electronic configuration and mass, the electronic configuration of hydrogen, it has only one electron in the outermost shell. Overall it has one electron and one proton in the nucleus. There is no neutron in the nucleus of hydrogen. Okay, that's why the mass of hydrogen is also 1. We have two isotopes of hydrogen. Those have mass more than 1. It is 2 and 3. So we will not discuss them. hydrogen has very different property due to this one electron. You know, the lithium family, the group 1, the alkali metal group, have this same electronic configuration like hydrogen. Lithium family has one electron in the outermost shell. Hydrogen has one electron in the outermost shell. So hydrogen has one valency and the group 1 element also have one valency. They have one electron in the outermost shell. Hydrogen has one electron in the outermost shell. So the hydrogen shows similarity with the group 1 element. But how many electron will come in the first shell? The hydrogen has only one shell, that is first shell. How many electron can occupy space in first shell? 2. Only 2 electrons. So hydrogen needs only one electron to complete the outermost shell. Okay. Hydrogen needs only one electron to complete the outermost shell. So you can compare this one valency with the 7th group, fluorine family. Fluorine needs one electron to complete the outermost shell. Chlorine also needs one electron. This halogen family needs only one electron to complete the outermost shell. Okay, so hydrogen shows similarity with the 7th group also. Okay, so hydrogen doesn't belong to any group. Hydrogen is a non-metal and the valency of hydrogen is 1, and hydrogen shows similarity with the 7th group and first group also. Hydrogen shows similarity with the 7th group and first group also. Now we have a table here. You can learn the property of hydrogen with which is similar with the group 1 element and group 7 element. Lithium is a solid at room temperature. Hydrogen is a gas. Fluorine is a gas. So hydrogen shows similarity with the fluorine. Lithium is a metal. Hydrogen is a non-metal. Fluorine is a non-metal. Hydrogen is a diatomic molecule. Fluorine is also a diatomic molecule. Lithium has one electron in the outermost shell. Hydrogen has one electron in the outermost shell. So this property of hydrogen is similar with the alkali metal group. Fluorine has 7 electron in the outermost shell. So the electronic configuration is different. Lithium family, alkali metal group, the first group lose one electron. The fluorine family gain one electron, and hydrogen has both the property. It gain one electron, it lose one electron, and also it can share one electron. Metal can lose electron, fluorine can gain electron, and the hydrogen lose or gain electron. Now we are moving to the last topic. Few we have discussed already. This is the group 1, group 4, and group 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the groups are represented. We have not represented all the elements, but this picture shows that periods and groups. So you can understand the periodic property with this picture. Now in this picture you can see the atomic size decreases when we move left to right in a period. We have discussed atomic size decreases when we move left to right in a period. So you can compare that magnesium is smaller than sodium, aluminium is smaller than magnesium, and so on. Chlorine is smaller than sulfur, sulfur is smaller than phosphorus. Okay, you can understand this with the help of picture. Atomic size decreases when we move up to down to up, or we can say that atomic size increases when we move up to down in a group. means silicon is larger than carbon, germanium is larger than silicon. Okay, you can understand the size. This blue box represent the metal. Silicon, germanium are non-metalloid, and the yellow are representing the non-metals. We know in the periodic table we have these three things: metal, metalloid, non-metal. If we classify periodic table on the basis of states, then we have three states: solid, liquid and gas. All the three states in the periodic table. In the periodic table you have different kind of gases. Inert gases you have most reactive gases. Okay, the halogens are mostly gases. Oxygen is a gas. All the elements except chlorine and argon are solid at room temperature. Argon is a gas and chlorine is also a gas in this picture. So we have completed the complete periodic table and all the periodic trends. We have discussed the properties of group 1 element, properties of group 7 element, properties of group 8 element. We have understand the transition metal. We have learned the position of hydrogen. Okay, we have learned the uses and application and chemical properties also. So we have completed the periodic table. Thank you.